I will at some point in the near future actually channel live. But at this point, I kind of just wanted to share what I have been experiencing. I have been doing consistent readings with clients. I see anywhere from 5 to 15, 20 clients in a week. And it is fascinating to me as a reader to see and hear the themes that come up. So a lot of times, even if people come in, they want to focus on career, what they want to focus on relationships, they want to focus on XYZ. There's common themes. And again, I know that that is tied to the astrology of the moment, the planets all kind of broadcasting their energies and impacting us to a certain degree. And then there's, of course, our own personal astrology, our own kind of map and makeup of how we are here in this incarnation and what we can expect as far as our strengths, our challenges, what we may encounter in this lifetime. So it's been fascinating. And the theme that we've had, especially over the basically the last year, but over the last 3 months, astrologically, there has been a lot of energy around bringing forward corruption. So this is at a world stage. So obviously we've seen been some corruption that has been brought forward with certain celebrities. I won't name names. I'm sure you know who they are. And corruption in government, and corruption in a lot of different ways. And this isn't just on the world stage, but it's also for ourselves. So over the last 3 months, especially, there has been the inner corruption. So things that are old traumas, things that are old issues for us that we have still not completely been able to address, heal, transmute, transform. Those are the things that have been popping up over the last 3 months. And really, it's gotten intense now. We just stepped into the Sun in Scorpio season, which Scorpio being the sign of death and rebirth. So the universe has basically just been pumping up our lives with more energy, whether it's our trauma and issues, or it's our relationships that are serving us, people in our lives that are serving us, the things that we're doing, the job that we have. The universe is pumping more and more energy, so that way we can be aware of what exactly is, like, am I banging my head against the wall with? And that is something to be looking at this time. And using this Sun in Scorpio energy is really going to help you to identify what that is and more easily lift that up from your energy, address it, clear it, and transmute it. So this is really the time to look at, what am I most triggered by? Where are my emotions hitting me the hardest? And seeing where the roots of that is from. So when was the last time I felt this? When was the first time I felt this? Looking all the way back into my past and history. It's very likely with the astrology from the last couple of years that a lot of that is tied to your upbringing, to your childhood, to your teenage years. And this is really the time that we are stepping forward. There's quite a few astrologers I also follow on different social media, on YouTube, and they all have been resounding this theme that this is us stepping out of the life we were born to and out of the karma we were born to, addressing it and moving more into the life that we are here to create, what we've come into with this intention for. So this really is the time for it. I also wanted to speak a little bit about Pluto. I'm sure those of you who do follow astrology know that Pluto has been in Capricorn since 2008. At the end of last year, it shifted into Aquarius. And so Pluto is the energy of the world stage, what's happening on the world stage, and it's also the planet of death and rebirth. So with that, when we have Pluto broadcasting the energy of Capricorn, it represents power for power's sake. It's the Daniel being a Capricorn himself, the goat. It is the sign of work. It is the boss. But when it is taken to that power extreme, it really is people having control. So there's control in systems, to corporate control, governmental control. And that is the energy that's being broadcasted and supported by Pluto. But with it shifting into Aquarius, then the focus becomes more about that Aquarius energy, which is about ascension, growth, spiritual tools, community, and making things better from a higher perspective. So with Pluto stepping into that Aquarius energy, it was there for the first part of this year, but it has recently retrograded back into Capricorn. It has since gone direct in the last week, and it will be going direct. And on November 20th, it will be direct in Aquarius. So it'll move into Aquarius, and it will not be in Capricorn again for another 230 something years. It takes 248 years for Pluto to make its way all the way around the sun. So we are stepping into our Pluto in Aquarius era, which will happen basically from that time until 2044. So then Pluto will be broadcasting this energy of Aquarius, community, spiritual growth, spiritual community, spiritual tools. There'll be advancements in technology for the sake of growing and ascending us individually and as a collective. So with all of that being said, basically there's going to be some craziness now, because for us to get to this more ideal Aquarian age with Pluto, it's not the age of Aquarius, but Aquarian energy in Pluto, we have to be able to release what's been holding us back. And that's that energy that Scorpio has been paying attention to, especially since we've stepped into Sun in Scorpio. But over the last 3 or 4 months, it's definitely intensified. So this is the time for you to acknowledge what is holding you back, what emotionally do you keep hitting your head against the wall with, and asking the universe for more understanding, more support, more tools so that you can clear that out, so that when we move forward into this Aquarius energy into December, January, February, we're going to be in much more fertile ground for moving forward. And the focus will be, instead of power for power's sake and having control, it's about what impact can I make? Making an impact with intention, and knowing you're making an impact is going to bring that abundance back into you. So that has been a key message, I would say, for almost all of my clients, if not all of my clients, especially over the last 3 months. And it trips me out. It continues to amaze me how clients coming in are so affected by this energy. And what's wonderful is, even today I had a new client come in, and they weren't really having any struggles, any issues. And in tapping into their energy intuitively, I realized they've really done that work. They've done that work of their corruption has been addressed and it has been cleared out. And so now this is really a time for them to, I don't want to say sit back and relax, but to be able to know they've done their work, and they're not going to have all of this turmoil. They're going to be feeling like they're in a really good place. And then it's really about planting seeds of, what do I want to manifest coming into the future? What do I want to have show itself to me that's going to serve me for my highest good? Or even asking the universe to help show me what's going to be for my highest good. I'm not sure what direction I want to head in. What should I do? So no matter where you're at on that spectrum, know that this is the time where energies are intense, energies are intensified. And so with that, whatever you can do to bring that self-awareness forward, there's all kinds of modalities, all kinds of practices, different ways, and utilizing intuitives as well. Intuitives are a great way for you to see those kind of blind spots that maybe you're not seeing yourself. And it usually happens in a way that feels so magical, right? Because with intuitives, it's likely that you'll sit down in front of them and they'll be able to pick up on what those issues are. So it gives you that kind of boost in belief that, oh, okay, if they see it, I know it's there. So being able to utilize some tools and utilize them to help you to clear each of those items out. So with that said, that is really what I wanted to share. A lot of that astrological information too has been resounded by my guides that I do channel. And what I will say is, one of my main guides that I've been channeling since I started the study and the practice of it is Leland, Leland. And they have been extremely helpful for me in not just identifying these astrological influences, but it's like I have my own spiritual coach, my own spiritual guide that can come forward and help me to understand different aspects of my life and how these apply. But also, they are here to be of service to whoever I hold space for as well too. So they are really here to be a teacher as well, be a mentor. So I will be adding into my offerings very soon my channeled sessions as well too. Currently, I still just offer the intuitive tarot readings, but I am so excited to be able to bring this in as another tool and to assist with just bringing more awareness, which is really my goal at the end of the day. So